This is a momentous occasion. We have just watched the end of the very last episode of this painful season of The Real Housewives of Orange County. Hi guys, I'm Rick. And
you know who I am. And we are going to celebrate with the champs!
We're gonna pop that bottle.
The champs!
Cheers!
Cheers! And we have our baccarat glasses.
That was painful. I thought the reunion was boring.
I did too. I fell asleep a little bit.
Yeah. We have some clips for you. We're going to go through it real quick. Don't forget, if you like our content here on YouTube, please go subscribe to patreon.com. Rick and Kelly Unmasked on patreon.com. That's our weekly show.
And we don't just we talk about everything.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's great. It's a great show. And
it's unfiltered. We do Zoom calls with our patrons.
And we have a lot of patrons. So
we do, and they're loving it. Before we get to the reunion, last week's show that we did on Reunion Part 1, you compared Emily to Fiona from Shrek.
And I wasn't talking about the dress. I wasn't talking about, I think Fiona was pretty. I don't know.
You thought the dresses were similar?
Yeah, similar. I just think that, and I think I love Emily's body. I'm not body shaming her at all. But you can't squeeze a size 2 dress into a size 6 body. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. Like, I can never wear a size 2 in my life.
You made the Wendy Williams show, Michael Rappaport hosting. Watch this.
Speaking of someone who needs to take a chill pill, Real Housewives of Orange County star, fantastic housewife, Kelly Dodd, former star. She ain't on the show no more. She may have gone too far. She compared her former co-star Emily Simpson to Fiona from Shrek. She captioned it, "Who rocked it better?" Her followers and Orange County followers were furious, and she deleted the post. Now listen, we could sit here and judge Kelly Dodd, and I'm going to judge her. But this is what made her specifically a fantastic Real Housewife. But you're off the show, Kelly D. Now you sound like a real scorned housewife of Orange County. It's time to move on with your life. You're not on the show anymore, and I miss you. You brought me and the fans years and season after seasons of joy. Okay, but if you're not on the show, it is time to move on. She's talking about the ratings. She's talking about this. She's married. You married Slick Rick Leventhal. Okay, and I like Kelly Dodd. But in my opinion, this time you went below the belt. I mean, she's always going below the belt. Where do you rank Kelly D, Stormy Norman?
Actually, strangely, like, she's so hateable, but strangely, she's one of the best. It's weird. She's a nutcase, though.
A nutcase. Yeah. But I always say this. You know, the hateable or the unlikable or the villains on the shows, we need them.
Yeah.
I don't want my Real Housewives buttoned up, suited and booted. I want them teetering on the edge of total insanity. And Kelly Dodd has done that. She said some terrible things in the past. She told Shannon Bedore to keep eating, which was not nice. She compared Vicky G, the OG of the OC. She compared Vicky Gunvalson to a pig, oink, oink. Okay, and now she's comparing Emily to Fiona from Shrek. Take a chill pill, okay? Take a chill pill. You've moved on with your life. Okay, you're off the show. It is time to move on. We missed you, Kelly Dodd, but tone it down.
So he's like, you just move on with your life, Kelly.
Yeah.
Like, don't, you're married a Slick Rick. I'm not allowed to have an opinion. And then you see the audience, they're all masked up. Or you can just see right there that there are the people who try to tell you how to live your life. Like the people in San Francisco, like I told you about.
Yeah.
If you listen to my Patreon, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
But if you just moved on, he wouldn't have the content. He wouldn't be talking about you.
Yeah, he wouldn't have any content for his Wendy Williams show.
I know that you were very good friends with Emily, and I hope that you are once again soon.
Well,
all right, let's get to, should we read a couple of these comments real quick?
Yeah.
We got a lot of, hundreds, I think about 1,000 comments on our
and guess what?
first part of the
We
reunion.
almost have 1 million views, and we just started this YouTube channel.
Yeah, thank you for your support.
Thank you so much for your support.
Heather always looked like she smelled something bad, Denise Peralta-Smith said. She's very much like her mother.
Yes.
Kelly and Heather in the cast together would be the ratings number Bravo was looking for. James Fox said, I'd much rather watch a recap on the show than to actually watch the show itself.
We get that a lot.
Yours is so much more entertaining and enjoyable.
Thank you, guys.
Team Kelly, love it. Miss you, Kelly. Kelly is hilarious. Love her. Bring Kelly back. They say our recaps are 100% better than the snooze fest they're putting on TV every week.
Okay, we have to get to the show. We have some pretty funny stuff.
All right, so clip one. Gina is mad. Gina attacked Shannon's boyfriend, John, for saying F her about Gina, which I thought was a really stupid argument.
I did too.
Because he didn't say it to her face. He was defending his girlfriend.
Yeah, and she didn't even hear any of it.
Audacity to say, do you even have any friends, Shannon? That is the most cruel, egotistical, arrogant thing to say to somebody.
Why would he accept you if she asked if you have friends?
Do you even have any friends? Saying that I wasn't a nice person. That's mean-spirited.
That's mean-spirited? You know what's mean-spirited? Watching John. Tell me I could go basically myself, how aggressive he was towards me at that part at your home.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, her. Gina. That is the most ridiculous comment. Her. She's not your friend. We're done with her.
He was so disrespectful. And you should not be letting him speak about your friends like that.
She also comes from an abusive relationship.
I understand that.
That is not supporting someone.
That is not supporting someone. You've never supported anybody all the while except yourself.
Well,
That's
wasn't the
all
whole
she-
fight about Gina not supporting Shannon, being a jerk about her not having any friends? And
why
then
wouldn't
she's
Shannon-
complaining that
yeah.
that John stood up for Shannon?
No, she was like, he was very disrespectful towards me.
Right.
He wasn't towards you. You didn't even hear it until after you watched. First of all, Shannon should have said, stop right now. He didn't do it in front of your face. He didn't say anything to you, do anything to you. And then here's Heather. Oh, she comes from an abusive relationship. Like, shut up.
Well, here's clip two where Andy says, deflect.
He said, put a pin to deflate the ego.
By the way, do you know what putting a pin
I
in
thought
it
you put a
means?
pin in it and deflate.
No, it's
No,
like the bulletin.
pin in it
Yeah.
to take a break from discussing something.
Okay, well, I learned something today.
I feel like it wasn't the point, though. I
That
mean,
wasn't the point. Do you know what a pin in it? Like, what is he, like Encyclopedia Brown? Like,
but it deflected from the core point, and I just thought it was like, oh, okay, they just derailed Shannon,
yeah, they derailed her.
and her argument goes out the window.
Right, exactly. It's like he's got pets, and Gina's clearly his pet because she's been on that show 4 years and has been a bore. She offers nothing for the show, and you know it, and I know it, but the executives at Bravo don't know it. Just like they didn't know when they went woke, they were going to go broke. Hence the numbers for New York and
Well,
ours.
they tanked, didn't they?
Yeah.
Clip 3 is Andy's eyes.
Sounds like she's saying she can be in the same room as you.
Kinda sounds like she's saying she could be in the same room.
You asked me to cut that clip.
Because it
Why?
looked like he just took what is that, a toke?
Yeah.
Like he just like.
Well, maybe he needed to host that reunion. I probably would have done the same thing. Clip 4 is Med Spa. Now, I understand this fight that Noella had with Jen. This was early in the season. Jen posted a picture on Instagram and tagged Noella in it.
Yes.
And like said something about her clients at Med Spa.
Right.
But Noella wasn't one of her customers.
Correct.
So let's watch this.
Acting as if we were like this close friendship,
No, I don't think
and
we're
why it
close
might be
friends. I
weird
was
to you.
not acting
I
that
met
way.
you like this
At
is the
all.
fourth.
So Noella told me a lot of times people get offers to get treatments done by a med spa,
Okay.
and then you kind of post for them. And your explanation to me was, I work with a med spa, and then Jen is tagging me.
Why didn't you just
That's
untag
fine,
yourself?
but you could just-
I did.
you just untag
And
yourself.
I've never
It's
had
too-
done that before,
it's
so that
too
was
much.
extra creepy.
I don't think it was malicious.
But no, she said thank you to all of my clients that I've never been to her med spa, and at that point I'd heard things about her med spa that really made me feel like I don't necessarily want to be associated with
Let's
that.
not talk about
So,
people's
but
medical
you
practices.
really
Inappropriate.
No,
You've never
listen.
been to my place. You've never even been a
It's a
patient or
small
any
town,
family
and I had
member.
heard things.
That is so inappropriate.
Don't bring up other people's business practices.
That medical, yeah.
The medical. Like, who are you to say what I can and can't talk about Heather
Right.
Dubrow.
Oh, you're not allowed to go
You're
there.
not allowed to go there and talk about other people. No, that's why we are on Watch This Show. This is why we're on this show. It's like if it's not about her, or if anything is about her, she deflects,
Yeah.
and then she doesn't. Oh, you can't talk about that. It's
But
like,
also,
shut up.
she never would have brought it up in the first place if Dr. Jen hadn't tagged Noella
And you know-
in something that Noella had absolutely nothing to do with, and that's why Noella was upset, and I got that.
I did
And
too.
for Dr. Jen to say it's inappropriate, Noella's behavior is inappropriate, well, you were the one who was inappropriate in the first place.
Because you wanted to have, you tagged her, so you would think that you worked on her.
Next clip is botched. It's Noella detailing Nicole's lawsuit against Terry, and Heather tries to school her on how you can't hide a settlement. Watch this.
So I was on the other line when you called Nicole. And so,
Nicole.
She told me she was botched and it was a really bad experience by her husband, and that she ultimately did follow through with the lawsuit and she got a lot of money out of it. That's what she told me.
Well,
Then
that's
you
no.
called.
Pause on that. You cannot hurdle accusations. What you don't understand is that when you get a settlement from a doctor, it is reported to the California Medical Board.
That is true.
There is no hiding a settlement.
True.
That is not a thing.
There's NDAs in place.
No, not with doctors.
Not with malpractice. Again, I
I'm
was
telling
listening
you,
to my friend.
it is 1,000% not
Only
true.
100%. Sorry.
But can I just say this, and I'm not saying this happened in this case, and I'm sure that's true, that you have to report every settlement with a doctor.
Yeah.
In the state of California, I'm sure that's true. I'm not saying this happened, but what if after you leave the room, you have a handshake agreement where you go ahead and drop this case, and we're going to write you a little check or hand you a bag of cash as a gift for Christmas or whatever. There could have been a handshake agreement. There could have been a payment made off the books after the fact that wasn't reported to the state. I'm not saying that happened, but Noella says that Nicole told her she got a big settlement.
Why? I mean, I just can't believe she's like, I would write the check. She said that she would write the check. She would know if she gave him a big settlement,
Right,
because
she would know.
She was the one writing checks. Guarantee you, she doesn't know the ins and outs of that business. Okay, right?
You think she knows how to write a check? She probably does.
Yeah, I think she does.
Okay, so here goes the next clip about pornography.
She'd be a good enough parent to be like, don't read this in front of your Catholic school girlfriend.
Noella, I wasn't standing over her when she was opening the gift. Don't comment on my
She plays the
parenting.
game. She plays the game.
Tread very
You're
lightly.
commenting on your parenting.
You
You're
just said
calling
a
me
good
practically like a sexual predator. So what are you putting out there
By
that
the way,
you've
you're
never
very offended by the word pornography. There's nothing. It's just
because it's not pornography.
Really, I think Merriam-Webster would beg to differ.
I believe Merriam-Webster would beg to differ.
That was her big line there. I wonder if she practiced that one.
Of course she did. Like,
She just loves being that school teacher who tells you how it is. This is how it is. Oh, no.
let me tell you how it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do the lip thing.
Let me tell you how it is. You know how to torture her? She talks so much with her hands and this. If you pay attention, if you torture her, have her tie her hands back like this.
Yeah.
And have her talk.
Do you think she'll be able to?
I don't think she'd be able to. I don't think she would be able to.
It stood out to me that Emily was quiet during the entire Heather Noella discussion. Normally Emily will pipe in and correct someone, but she was letting Heather talk, like try to school Noella, and she wasn't jumping in. I just thought that was interesting.
Good. Because when Emily jumps in, it's annoying.
The next clip, you noticed this when we were watching for the second time, that Noella started crying. I wrote my notes, Noella started crying, and then you were like, she's fake crying. She's not actually crying.
It's just, she's phony, okay?
Noella.
Like, yeah.
You girls were instantly like a sisterhood for me that I really, like, and I know I leaned hard and I know that I was a lot.
You can see from her eyes that they are completely dry.
They're completely dry. And the way she's like, and And then, I just wanted a sisterhood. And it's like watching Bronwyn all over again. It's exactly like watching Bronwyn. It's fake, it's contrived, it's rehearsed, it's practiced. And none of you guys had any chemistry with Noella, vice versa.
Kind of sad.
It's kind of sad.
And they all ganged up on her. They all consistently call her a liar. Do you think Noella's a liar?
I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. But what I can see from Noella is that she comes off fake and phony to me. Well, and then when you're like, right. It's like you're trying to be an actress and it's not working out for you.
They revisited Emily's sandwich in the sauna, and she was also eating on the toilet in the plane.
Okay, let's talk about that. Who eats on the toilet? Like how that doesn't even coincide. Like
there's some germs in there.
There's so many. You're sitting on the toilet eating. Now, I think that is the most disgusting thing on earth.
She could have waited. I mean, she could have waited for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, or however long she was in there.
You didn't have to grab the sandwich.
This was the clip that bothered me the most.
And then, who eats a sandwich in a sauna?
Well, no, not that clip. This clip bothered me the most. The one coming up, which is when Heather says that she's proud of Shannon.
Yeah.
She's proud. Now she's proud of Shannon. Watch.
Heather, you've known Shannon the longest. How has she changed?
Oh my gosh, so much more confident, so independent. I'm very proud of you. I get emotional, but I can't imagine what it's like to be in a relationship like that. Extract yourself, however it happened. But you gave 100%. You love your family, and look at you. You're doing amazing.
Thank you so much for my accolades.
Where was that when she was telling her she was? This isn't a threat. This is a promise. I'll destroy you and your family.
And your family.
That's a promise.
That's not a threat. It's a promise.
Does that sound like she's proud of her?
Yeah. Does that sound like she's proud of her? Another fake and phony one. Another one that's a fake and a phony. You can't get faker and phonier than Noella and Heather. And I've been pointing about it, and it's, everyone's like, Jen has to go. If you really want to make a good show, I mean, I don't know. I think you put me in with Heather, that would be a great show.
Oh, I would love to see the two of you on screen
but
together.
Those two, I can watch reality TV to have fun and like watch it. I like Beverly Hills. I just watched a screener for Beverly Hills. You guys, it is fantastic.
Yeah, well, I can't wait. We're going to review Beverly Hills. That starts May 11th.
That's such a great show. And you're going to see why, right?
Yeah, it's head and shoulders better. I mean, it's entertaining, it's interesting. There are a lot of really vibrant characters who interact really well or not well, but not fake. Right. I don't think. It just
not
feels
fake. Yeah.
Like their fights are a lot more legit, and the issues are a lot more legit.
And it's like this OC. It's like they're trying to fit a peg into a, what is it? Like a square into a
peg in a round hole,
like that.
Heather says, we did that one. Gina on Travis. Andy asked about when they were going to get married, and Gina said, I'm just happy he had a response.
How did you feel when Travis had a ready answer to Terry's questions about marriage? The whole nuptial thing, is that a thing in the near future?
I would say Gina and I would probably get married before John Chin.
Oh, I want to date. But John didn't. Is Shannon barking up the wrong tree?
I was happy Travis had a response, but
I watched that and I said, it sounds like she's saying, I'm just happy he opened his mouth and words came out.
Yeah.
Because you don't really hear a lot from that guy.
You don't hear anything from Travis. You don't know what he does. I mean, everyone's grilling everybody about their husbands or boyfriends, and no one's grilling about this Travis.
Oh yeah, they asked Jen about who was making more money, how much her husband was making. It's like a thing.
Right.
Like they brought it up, but no one's ever
ever brought that up to Gina.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. The executives and the producers over there really, really, really love Gina, and I don't understand why. I don't get it. Like, they can hassle everybody, but no one knows what Travis does, and no one is pointing about how he brought his 3 kids. No job, shoved his kids in with their kids.
Yeah.
Right away, she just got divorced and she moves this weirdo in. And
I don't know if he's a weirdo.
He doesn't even talk. I mean, he's a nice guy, but he doesn't talk. Like, we don't know anything about him.
We don't. That's true.
And it's like, what if you're going to be on this show? Show everything, But but everybody gets attacked.
Well, I thought her behavior was very different this season than years past. She went on the offensive. She was really mean to Noella and to Shannon, like really mean, over the top, and seemed to make up fake fights just to pick at her.
Right.
The next clip is...
Yeah, she's not entertaining at all.
The next clip is when they were asked who they could have an affair with. Like, what do you call it?
They call it your celebrity crush.
Yeah. So Emily said hers was that guy from the Sons of Anarchy, and then Noella says that he looks like her boyfriend.
Oh my God! Yeah, can we play that?
That guy from Sons of Anarchy with Jax.
Ooh. Who's yours,
My
Noella?
boyfriend kind of looks like him. Oh, wow. Lucky you.
I said to Rick last night, I go, oh my God, that doesn't look anything like the guy from Sons of Anarchy. He looks more like Tiger King.
Tiger King. I don't know. I never met the guy, but it kind of does.
Can we do a side-by-side picture?
Yeah, right there. Yeah. They talked about the bear prank in Aspen, which was so stupid. And then Emily says, remember when they got...
What was more stupid? The bear prank or the beating the ghost at the thing with the wine and everything? What was more stupid?
They were equally dumb.
Right.
So when they were in Aspen, they walked in the house and they were walking around, and Noella said something about that she should get the best room because her dad had just died.
Right.
And then Emily claimed that they would have offered her the best room because her dad died, but she didn't give them the chance to do that. And I was like, well, why would Noella ever think that this group of women would do something nice for her? Right. They gave her no indication they would ever be nice to her about anything.
Right.
So why would she think that they were going to give her the room, or why? Like, I don't know. I felt bad for Noella, whether she's a liar or not. I felt bad because they do gang up on her.
They do gang up on her. It's sad. I mean, I was ganged up on my first season.
The one time you stood up for Heather is when she said that Noella was the one who talked about karma first.
Yeah. When there was a clip where you guys all saw it, where she was talking about how her karma was going to come after her. I mean, I'm kind of on the side of Heather. Shockingly.
I know, it is shocking.
It was shocking, right? But
because when Noella brought up karma, it was okay for Heather to bring up karma.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, that was a good sling back on Heather's part.
But that was the moment when she was talking with her hands the most, and you were like losing it.
Right.
Over Heather talking with her hands.
Yeah.
Can you show us how she did that?
How Heather was
talking with her hands. Do the lip thing too. That's my favorite. There it is. There it is.
She's like this all the time. Look.
Yeah. We did her faces last week. That was fun. Shannon stuck up for Noella. They talked about their dumb song. Emily stuck up to Heather in the final thoughts. And Heather said she had no regrets doing the show this season. They didn't bring up the ratings, of course, but they were the worst in the history of the franchise. Meanwhile, Heather said she didn't regret doing the show this season, because she had seen the scenes with her kids. And she was showcasing her kids and their sexuality.
Exploiting her kids.
Well, she didn't say exploiting, which others might. But
essentially what she did.
And then the other thing that I noticed was when Noella said she liked Jen responded with, if drama was a drug, you'd be a pharmacy.
Yeah.
And she said it with a smile. It was funny, but it was like, you're not really complimenting her back in any way. And then the final clip that we're going to share with you is Gina's teeth.
I took a gummy before I was going to bed, and I was a little stoned, and I was watching it. Sorry. And the kid had to leave for school.
Yeah, no.
And I was looking up, and I see these teeth, these fangs. I'm not at all, but I never noticed that from Gina. And I was like, is she a vampire?
Were you scared?
I was a little scared. I was like, like a sheep in wolf's clothing? Like
we're drinking out of our This Party Sucks mugs because that party, the RHOC party, kind of sucked. But you can find these mugs on our RickKellyUnmasked.com site. All of our merchandise is there. Get yourself some mugs, some of Kelly's most famous sayings, and stuff from our Unmasked podcast on Patreon, which we encourage you to subscribe to and check out. We have 36 shows in the can there, so you can spend all day watching Rick and Kelly Unmasked.
Yeah. And
for
it's very
the low price of
educational.
$5.
We have cooking segments, beauty tips, all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, we pack it with videos,
Yeah.
and it's fun, and we get to share our lives and some cool stuff and interviews, and we got some big ones coming.
We
up.
like entertaining, so we hope this entertains you for.
So that's a wrap on.
Yeah. Now we gotta go get my Morpheus 8 right now.
Oh yeah, but a wrap on Orange County. Are you sorry to see it go for the season 16?
I'm so glad it's gone. It's over. I really am. And watching the first episode of Beverly Hills is getting me very, very excited.
Yeah.
I hope you guys tune on this one because we watched it and we were like, we have so much
It's
more
awesome.
material with that one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So we're done talking about Orange County. Thanks for watching us, and we will see you back here again. Subscribe to our YouTube channel right now. Hit that subscribe, and you'll get all our videos.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.